Welcome back, LEGO Builders and Minecrafters, to my 500 subscriber special. So first off, an absolutely massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, and secondly, another massive thank you to Mumbo Jumbo for just being an absolutely amazing person. So, what do we have in store for my 500 subscriber special? So, obviously, I'm going to be showing off my entire LEGO collection, but I am also going to do a pet reveal, so I'm going to show you my pet, and you guys will get to see that as well. Finally, I'm going to do a country reveal, because why the heck not? And at the end of the video, I'm going to reveal a couple of my plans for building Mumbo Season 8 base, and potentially a start date for when those videos are going to start to come out. So let's jump into my LEGO collection, and all of the stuff that you see right in front of you is not all of the LEGO I have. In fact, I have the LEGO Treehouse, a couple of Star Wars sets, and a bunch of like city and creator sets that aren't here, and I have a couple of other collections of LEGO just dotted around the house that I was too lazy to bring down here. And speaking of being too lazy, we are first going to actually head upstairs to my collection of battle packs. So let's head up there right now. So up here is where all of my battle packs are. I was just frankly too lazy to bring them all downstairs. So I'm just going to kind of go generally over them. There are a couple of like Sith and that kind of battle packs. There's a couple of Mandalorian battle packs, a couple of the Imperial and kind of those Java battle packs as well. And then there's more Imperial battle packs and all of those other battle packs down there. So those of you who don't know, battle packs just have these small little builds and then a bunch of minifigures, and they're essentially to build up your army. And then right behind me here in this drawer is a bunch of micro fighters. So I have a bunch of those in this drawer. And now finally below me here on the floor is where I keep all of my instructions pretty well organized, and my sealed LEGO sets. So most of these are duplicates, and I just plan to sell them off. So there's just a couple of LEGO sets in there. All of them are sealed and are definitely potential for giveaways in the future. So that's everything for up here. Let's head back downstairs. Before I show you the rest of my sets, there is two things that I forgot to mention. The first thing is that my voice is a little bit hoarse, so hopefully that doesn't affect the video too much, as I am just a little bit sick. The second thing is that my LEGO parts collection is also technically part of my LEGO collection. So here's a picture of that. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a bunch of parts that I use for building up MOCs. So I've tried to organize out all of my sets kind of by their theme and stuff. So over there are Imperial stuff, and then right down there is droid and clone stuff, and then off to the left and up on the couch on the left are all Rebel stuff. And then off to the left corner there, we have all of my space sets. So let's start from the right, and I guess we'll work our way around. First set here is the Medieval Blacksmith, and I'm just going to kind of generally go over these sets. I'm not going to be like describing each of them. So there we have the Medieval Blacksmith first, and then next we just generally have this big mess of what I like to call stationary sets, or basically like sets with scenes, so they're not ships and that sort of thing. So we have a bunch of those. We have like from where Rey was, and the battle between Darth Maul and Qui-Gon, and then Darth Vader's transformation and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and another thing you might notice is that with most of these sets, I don't really have any duplicates. I don't go out of my way to get duplicates. I like to dabble in all things great. And then next up we have a couple of brickheads, and behind them is the Razor Crest. And now we're moving on to the Imperial stuff. So a couple of those Imperial snow speeders, tanks, a couple of the shuttles, so like Krennic's and Kylo Ren shuttle, and then a couple of those special ships. I'm not really sure where they're from. And then we have a small destroyer and a troop transport, and then back there are a couple of walkers, and then as we move along, there are a couple of TIE fighters. So that ends the Imperial stuff, and next up are a bunch of clone stuff. So we have like Obi-Wan's Starfighter and Hyperspace Ring. We have all those clone tanks and a V-Wing, or at least I'm Pretty sure that's what that one is called. Then we have a couple of battle packs I decided to bring down, and then a couple of more tanks, a couple of more droid tanks, and that sort of thing. And actually, fun fact, it was either Darth Maul's speeder or the ship over here called the Phantom, and I'm not sure which one, but one of these two was my very first LEGO set, or rather LEGO Star Wars set, so they're the ones that started this entire collection off. But anyway, as we move on from the droid tank stuff, we have a couple of those Republic ships, and I'm actually not sure where this one is from. I know it's from some Star Wars TV series, and then here we have a couple of Y-Wings, and then a couple of ships from Solo, and then a couple of smaller ships as well, like Luke's Landspeeder. And then right up above, we have 3 X-Wings, but they are all different models. We have one of those Rebel transports along with a Junior Snowspeeder and a Junior's X-Wing. There is that skiff, or whatever it's called, on the Battle of Crate. We have this bomber, and a bunch of other Rebel ships as well, like those A-Wings and the Snowspeeder. And then finally back there is just kind of a random collection of ships, so like Anakin's Pod Racer, Yoda's Starfighter, Anakin Starfighter, and a couple of ships from Solo. So finally we're moving into the big sets, but first off, I would like to say what my favorite set is. So this is very difficult to choose. I really love all of them, but in terms of Star Wars, I think one of my favorites is actually this bomber. I just absolutely love the look of it and all the features it has. But as a kid, I loved the U-Wing. I just absolutely love playing with this thing, and both of those feather wing things can open up, so they go out into a big V shape, and it's a lot of fun to like fly around. So I think those two are my favorites. Okay, now on to the UCS stuff, plus also the Playscale Millennium Falcon. So, first off, we have the massive Slave 1, but then right next to it, which is dwarfing it, is the UCS Millennium Falcon. And in my opinion, this is still the biggest LEGO set. I know there's like the world map and the Colosseum and all that, but in my eyes, this set is still the biggest one. And then you kind of get a little comparison there between the two Millennium Falcons. And then right beside it there is the UCS A-Wing and the Porg and BB-8. And then we have the UCS Star Destroyer, which looks absolutely amazing, and it is probably my biggest set ever. And now finally, to round off my Star Wars collection is the Tantive 4. So there's the Tantive 4, and that is everything in my LEGO Star Wars collection. But obviously we still have to take a quick look at the space stuff. Oh wait, I think I have to change my mind for favorite set, at least design-wise. I absolutely love the Space Shuttle. It is so amazing, and it looks so sleek. I absolutely love it. So we have the Space Shuttle, we have the Hubble Space Telescope, we have the ISS, we have the Moonlander, and the Saturn V. Oh yeah, just excuse all that junk back there that I threw back there. And then we have all of the Women of Space and that Astro rocket ride, just because why not? So I believe that is absolutely everything. I think it's now time for the pet reveal. So here she is, my doggo. So yep, I have a dog. Her name is Pippi, and she is absolutely amazing. And I think she's a little bit annoyed right now. She doesn't really like looking at cameras. And really the only reason she's looking at me at all right now is because I have crackers. See if I toss a cracker. Oh, she just missed. So you might be wondering what type of breed she is. She is actually a lesser known type of breed, which is a Beauceron. Or you may know it more as a French Shepherd. So she does kind of look like a Rottweiler, but she is a purebred. Pippi, that look you're giving me right now is not one of happiness. So yeah, that is my doggo. Okay, you can go. Yeah, you can go. Go get it. And off she goes. So, yep, that is my pet reveal. And finally, I promised a country reveal. Hey, Pippi, what are you still doing there? Oh, well, I guess she's just gonna watch over there. So, I live in America. But not just any old America, I live in North America. And not just North America, the northernest north of North America. So in other words, yes, I live in Canada. And no, it's not always cold here like most of you probably think. It actually got to like 40 degrees for a week in Celsius. So I think that's like 110 degrees in Fahrenheit, I think. So yeah, I live in Canada. Okay, now the final thing in my 500 subscriber special is Mumbo's base plan. So here's Mumbo's Season 7 base still being destroyed fairly slowly, but progress is coming along. But in terms of Mumbo's Season 8 base, I already have all the base plates I need except for one of them, and that one is at the bottom of this base. So I have all the base plates prepared, I have a couple of pictures ready, and unlike the last Mumbo's base build, this one where we just had one picture to go off of, I'm gonna try and do this one in steps. So I have a bunch of pictures of the cliff that Mumbo has built up, so that will be what we're first working on. But sadly, the start of that series probably won't be until September. And there are a couple of reasons for that. I'm going on vacation again, and also Mumbo still is in the developmental stages, and there's a lot of work still to be done on his base. So you can expect building Mumbo Season 8 base in September. So finally, another massive thank you to everyone who subscribed. I absolutely love your faces. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, check out my Patreon server, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that before you go. And with that said, Gigahertz Productions, out.